Hello and welcome to Quick Charge by Electrek. I'm Mikey G, and it's Monday, October 10th. Tesla has managed to secure the best-selling car spot in Germany, a tough auto market known for preferring local brands. The Federal Motor Transport Authority reported today that the vehicle sales numbers for Germany for Tesla were 9,848 Model Y vehicles. That made the SUV the best-selling in the country. It dethroned the Volkswagen Golf, which came in with just over 7,000 units. Also, the Tesla Model 3 had a decent month with 3,878 vehicles. Tesla had the best-selling cars in a few markets before, but getting one in Germany is certainly a noteworthy achievement. Tesla's output in China increased to 83,000 electric vehicles in September, the new best month ever. With 28,000 in July and 77,000 in August, this means that China contributed about 188,000 vehicles to Tesla's third quarter results. This is rebounding from the COVID lockdowns that ceased operations earlier in the year. When productivity did begin again, Tesla voluntarily shut down the factory anyway, as they were investing in greater production capacity. Seems to have paid off. At this point, it's starting to look like a possibility that Tesla's Chinese factory is going to have an output of 100,000 electric vehicles per month. They might even get there by the end of this year. Tesla is pursuing a loophole in New Mexico to get around a direct sale ban. New Mexico, like a few other states, still has laws prohibiting direct sales of electric vehicles to the public without going through a third-party dealership. In 2019, Tesla pushed a new law in the state with the help of some favorable legislators, but the local car dealer association flexed their muscle and it was dropped. Last year, Tesla managed to open its first store and service center in the state by partnering with the First Nation Nambe Pueblo, and they opened it up on tribal land. Now, Tesla is opening up a new location in partnership with Santa Ana Pueblo. Ironically, some legislators, who are the ones who could stop this direct sale ban, are applauding Tesla on social media. I guess that's politicians for you. According to Chrysler CEO Chris Fuel, he believes that Chrysler can contest with Tesla in electric vehicles. Don't laugh. He said, quote, "Everyone's going after Tesla, but I think Chrysler is the one brand in the portfolio that has the capability to do that, because we'll be hyper-focused on just a battery electric vehicle offering, the design themes, and we saw a little bit of it when you saw the airflow design. It's very aero and contemporary with thoughtfully appointed technology that helps make the driving experience easier, better, and safer. And I think that we got a real shot at taking on Tesla." Now, it appears to me that his quote seems to be comparing Chrysler with the rest of the brands under the Stellantis umbrella, of which I still don't think it will compete with Tesla in any meaningful sense. But as Chrysler is one of many brands owned by Stellantis, there's going to be a fair amount of corporate negotiations that Chrysler will have to swing in order to secure the engineering, battery supply, and general budget to take on Tesla. And that will have to be done with the parent company spreading its assets throughout the rest of the family, including Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Peugeot, Fiat, Citroën, and so on. Also, Chrysler's EV big break will be the Airflow concept car, which is still just a concept at the moment. Considering the previous news story about Tesla's factory pumping out 83,000 cars for one factory, I think it might take several decades and some serious blunders from Elon Musk for Chrysler to catch up. In an interview with Automotive News, Audi's Chief Technical Officer Oliver Hoffman said the Inflation Reduction Act will have a huge impact on its North American strategy, and the automaker might be considering building its first U.S. EV plant. As you may recall, the Inflation Reduction Act gives extra tax benefits for electric vehicles with components made in America. And as it turns out, Volkswagen's larger group efforts has the ID.4 fully in American production right now. According to an interview with Audi, EVs may actually qualify for a federal tax credit as the brand is potentially expanding its manufacturing capabilities here. Since Volkswagen has the ID.4 already in production, it's likely that the battery pack at the very least will see its way into Audi vehicles. Kia invited Electrek to San Diego to drive the refreshed all-electric 2023 Kia Niro EV. This car uses the Kia K3 platform, as they call it, which is a significant departure from the previous model year. The new 23 model shares the same platform as the Kia EV6, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, meaning that the interior, exterior, and dimensions are all new for the Niro, mostly being bigger. Without knowing the price, the EV6 seems like a more compelling choice at the moment. The 23 Niro does seem a bit sedated in terms of styling, so if the EV6 was a little too far out there, then Kia has a different option for you. This vehicle comes in a hybrid or plug-in hybrid version, which is curious considering that the platform that this Niro is made on, the platform itself was made for electric vehicles. So this means that Kia and Hyundai are now making electric cars and then more or less doing a compliance hybrid out of that. We've come full circle. Amazon has announced that it will spend 1 billion euros to electrify its delivery fleet in Europe over the next 5 years. The company currently has around 3,000 zero-emission last-mile delivery vans in Europe now, but they are looking to jump in ahead of the mandates for vehicle sales. Aside from the last-mile delivery vehicles, Amazon will also be buying larger heavy-duty electric trucks for what they call middle-mile shipments. These are vehicles like the Tesla Semi, the Freightliner e-Cascadia, and the Volvo VNR Electrek, and those move a large amount of goods from ports to distribution centers. Amazon did not specify which brands of vehicle they would buy, but they currently have a standing order for 100,000 Rivian vehicles, and also some more from Mercedes, Lion Electric, and Volvo. In today's community comment found on YouTube, let's go ahead and take a look at all the comments because I promised I would look at all the questions and give my responses. First up, Frank Coffey says that if Toyota sticks to their guns, they can dominate what is left of the gasoline market. That's a good point, Frank. There are a myriad of other very profitable industries that still use old technology, and taking a large percentage of that pie would still be a pretty good position, although that's a lot better than bankruptcy, but not what they had before. Single Speed noted that Trump owns a Tesla Roadster, something I didn't personally realize, but it does not surprise me. I don't believe that any politician will actually live the life that they claim others should do. Also, Single Speed asks how many miles I have on my new EV. To answer that, I have about 6,000 miles. My old cars have a lot more, but I really have enjoyed what we call a modern EV. Jay Wilcox asks if I believe utility rates will increase with electric vehicles going mainstream. Yes, Jay, I think they will. I can envision a day when power companies start to charge a fee for just having an electric vehicle at home. Of course, it's not my preference, but I believe that if the average Joe is already accustomed to paying for gas, then fees and taxes and something new will step in and take that power vacuum, or budget vacuum. Rick Verzal is correcting my pronunciation on Porsche. Orion789 asks which legacy automaker I think will fail in the new EV world. It's hard to overlook Toyota to answer that one. In some ways, they are actively fighting against the revolution. I find it encouraging that not only are startups like Rivian entering the running, but also older brands like International are being exhumed to become EV brands as well. It really is anyone's game at this moment. As far as which companies will fail, I would probably look at the ones that are going to be failing anyway. I've been so focused on electric and electric programs that I don't really know how the other gas companies are doing otherwise. McSync23 asks about Biden choosing General Motors. Similar to Trump, I really don't expect a whole lot from politicians, so I don't have much to say there. Antoine Foons asks how the Berlin Tesla factory is going to be doing with panel gaps. That's actually a really good question. If stereotypes will serve us, then the German factory should be fine, but the Chinese factory would be one to watch. But then again, I know that Tesla has a reputation for this, so hopefully they're doing all that they can, even at the ground level, to squash that. Martin Woods mentions that Polestar has worked to overcome the COVID setbacks and reports to be on the right track. Richard Pym asks if there are vehicle-to-grid or vehicle-to-load capable cars, as Tesla doesn't talk too much about it. Yes, Richard, there are. The Ford Lightning pickup is one of them, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 or Kia EV6 another, and I think the GMC Hummer EV will have that capability in 2024 is what I've heard. I don't think they have it now. Actually, there is also a company called Wallbox that is making a device that can add vehicle-to-grid capability. And I think they've cracked the Nissan Leaf so far with other vehicles coming. Tesla, you're right, doesn't really talk a whole lot about that, but I think that they're relying on their Powerwall product to fill that need. Raxor wants to know my take on the most comfortable EV. Well, for me, that crown of all the cars that I've driven goes to the Cadillac Lyriq. Not only does this EV benefit from a wide wheelbase, upgraded suspension, and pretty tight build quality, it also has noise-canceling audio device built in. It's actually really cool. The suspension itself has a device that relays the actual, literal road vibration that you are encountering up to a controller of some kind, and that will in turn instantly replicate the canceling frequency to match the noise, and it's sent directly to speakers that are inside the headrest. Now, it doesn't actually remove the road noise, but it does work to provide a very peaceful experience. I should note that I have not tried all the upcoming EVs, but the Cadillac stood out to me in terms of road noise and comfort. Thank you everybody for your comments. This was a lot of fun. I can't promise that we'll do this every time, but maybe we'll break it out again for another slow commentary day. Thanks for watching Quick Charge by Electrek. I'm Mikey G, and I hope you have a great day.